And the reason that they were able to bring in that extra seamer for Cole McConkey. Phillips hasn't really bowled a lot in the tournament since the early stages. A few overs against Sri Lanka in that game in Colombo. He gives them that option to bowl one over in the power play and maybe one later on if required, but he doesn't have to bowl many more.
Long on deep mid wicket.
As it
turns out, the single means that he can bowl to the left-hander, which is probably what the ploy is about.
Oh, absolutely. I think this World Cup, Abhishek has had his issues against off-spin. Just have a look. Coming in front, Sanju, Matt Henry, just defending it. And the next ball going deeper. And again, just knocking it. But the bowler has to constantly keep watching what Sanju is doing there. That's why it's getting harder to bowl to him. He needs to make sure he's not only figuring out where he wants to bowl, but also how he wants to release the ball, the length that he bowls.
Is that the keeper's job, though? Signal to the ball, or is he too far back?
Question, Asha, but the challenge is, even though the keeper would want to say it, it's almost in his run-up that Sanju decides whether it's going in front or back, so it's not that easy for a keeper. In fact, it's impossible for the keeper to tell the bowler, but Matt Henry needs to look at it. But this matchup is such a crucial one. Can Abhishek get past the off-spinner here?
Long off is out. Also deep mid-wicket, but in pressing the nets yesterday, he was batting a lot, trying to hit through the offside.
And in all fairness, generally he's very good on the offside. He's a good offside player of off-spin. Kishan on the other hand is a much better leg side player of off-spin. It's nice to see Abhishek take his time here. You know, Asha, as I said it, I found it silly because he's played 2 balls and I'm happy he's taking time here. But the fact is that in T20 cricket, taking a couple of balls is still something that you can afford to do if you're an opener. And Abhishek has been known to take on from ball. Confidence does. He'll get there, but he needs to earn the right to get there.
It's a good player, spin bowling, Sanju Samson. So much variety in this material. They call on Rachin Ravindra. They call on Mid-innings. Of course, the front lines spinner. 3 quicks. They can call on Jimmy Neesham. Just think in terms of balance. Very good balance to this New Zealand side. Just 3 of the over. Already New Zealand are laying down the marker in the field. A couple of runs, it's 12 for no loss.
घर मजबूती बनेगा।
तुमने सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक की चुना, ऐसा क्यों? ताऊ जी, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है। मान गए बेटा। घर एक, मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट भी देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक।
Be a key to this contest this evening.
Third over going to start now, but interestingly, New Zealand their third bowling change already. Jacob Duffy is coming into bowl and not Matt Henry. As I see it, Jacob Duffy taking the third over. Is that a small little trick missed? We'll never know. We'll wait and see. But he's been inducted into the 11 at the place of Cole McConkey, and that's because he can do a job with the new ball.
Also because they struggled with Neesham in the power play in the previous game. Good movement. Don't know how long it'll last, but it's there.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of swing so far, not so much seam movement. Well, if you're an Indian fan, you definitely won't be seeing that. And you're hoping that it changes after tonight. What do you think, Dooley?
I didn't know that. Otherwise, I'd have brought it up earlier.
on your screen right now is a much better stat if you're an Indian fan.
India have never beaten New Zealand though in T20 World Cups. It's called wide. It's called wide.
I like what Abhishek has done here. He's going to take his time against the spinner, but if a pacer is bowling, he wants to put pressure back, try and go for those boundaries. And this is one of his go-to shots. Stepping away and trying to create room to go on the offside. So we're going to see an aggressive Abhishek against Duffy here.
Clears the infield. Not sure it quite came off the middle. It goes long enough for his first boundary.
Yeah, the length and the line from Duffy. He was put off because the previous ball was called wide when it was nowhere near a wide. So he's had to go straighter. And Abhishek has pounced on it.
Circumspect these Indian openers. Not anymore. The length is full, which is where Abhishek likes it.
I differ with you a little bit. I don't think they're circumspect. They are just figuring out who to take on. Maybe not the spinner, but the pacer they are ready to launch. And this was timed as sweetly. Well, let me think about something. A mango in the month of May. Very sweet. How I would like that.
The other mangoes are available.
Feeler they had one carry, but it almost did. Human being playing this match would have got as close to the ball as Phillips eventually did.
It's so quick. It might have been just caught on his heels first up, but it was top edge. It's gone sideways and then had to sprint. And you're right, no one would have got near it. If he can't get there, no one is. He's done well to save a couple of runs in the end.
Julie, we're watching it in front of us as we're watching the screen, and I thought he's going to be about 2 meters short and just take it on the bounce on the move.
He's got to get his length right here for Sanju. Anything slightly short, it's going. There you go, that's an example of it. That's a good length ball. Very good ball, but because of the depth increase that Sanju uses, that becomes a scoring opportunity for him. We're going to see a lot of these players in action tonight. Is there any matchup that you're looking forward to, Asha?
There was Matt Henry bowling to Simpson, but that didn't last very long. I thought Lockie Ferguson as well. He's got a good matchup. So does Santner. So Sanju's got a few things stacked against him in terms of numbers, whatever they count in a final. It's probably the best shot of them all today. Once again, a little too full. And India 15 of the over to get to 27 for no loss after 3.
First over and a half, 2 overs. They've watched closely now. Anything is how good the surface is. It's a touch full, but it's a quality shot. Playing with a little bit of swing. Sanju Sam really nicely.
Well, for the fourth time overs, there's another bowling change, Asha. I thought off-spinner was a great matchup. Well, I don't think like with Santon for the moment. Lockie Ferguson is going to start.
I'll tell you what, Lockie's had his problems with injuries and therefore with rhythm. I saw Lockie bowl in Kolkata and I thought he was back to, if not back, close to being at his best.
Really keen to see what Abhishek Sharma does here. The angle taking the ball away. Should score runs mostly on the offside.
Well, it is off, but it's over where a slip might have been.
And even if a first slip was there, unless it was Daryl Mitchell on Kyle Jamison's shoulders, I don't think it would have been catchable.
With Jamieson on stilts.
This is the plan, though, from New Zealand's point of view. They will go into the surface, deep backward square in place, and a third down on the boundary. So he'll look to go into the surface and that pace off, that slower ball.
Six. You thought initially might have sliced it. No, but Abhishek Sharma is back here. He's given India the start like he always does.
Oh, there's 100,000 people here, and I've seen plenty wearing Abhishek Sharma shirts, and that is because this man constantly, last 2 years, has developed this habit of smashing it out of the park. We haven't seen World Cup, but I can tell you, Mitchell Santner is playing into his hands right now by bowling pacers. A change in the field, shot third man comes up, deep third man goes back.
Use the word circumspect a little while. Let's go. Absolutely.
23 of 10, 230 strike rate. Take that, says Abhishek. He is batting nicely. I cannot understand why Mitchell Santner has gone. There's 4 different bowlers. You almost need to plan, yes, but you need to observe what's happening on the pitch. How are the batters playing Glenn Phillips? I think this has been the effect of having Sanju Samson there, the right-hander. Maybe the second over, they'll take him on a lot more. Him being a part-timer, can he handle that pressure? Those are the sort of questions. That's the change that Sanju has brought.
Called wide. It's an interesting stat here from 2 of you. 180 seems to be a sort of 180. You score less than 180, you lose. You score more than 185, you've never lost so far. I just think this surface, so you saw it, it's better than 85, isn't it?
Well, the quality of the batting as well. I think when you look at how deep India bat, I think anything under that 190, 200, they would be disappointed. You look at the quality of the batting strength as well as the quality of the pitch.
Oh, leading edge. There is a man there. He'll watch it sail over for 6. Is that just a little bit of luck India need in a big final like this?
When the going is good, the cards fall your way. Sanju Samson looking to go over mid-wicket here. The top edge carrying comfortably. That tells you this pitch has got a bit of pace and nice bounce as well. We're speaking about 180, Asha. I think 220, 230 again on the cards here.
You make cricket sound like the price of gold, going up all the time. Down the leg side. Tell you what, it's pretty well done. Might have taken pace off, pretty well done by Seifert.
Grass covering is fantastic. That just assists a little bit of pace and bounce. It's the mixed soil. We talk about the black and the red soil. As we look down the pitch, it's black soil to the right, red soil to the left.
From this over. 20 from it. His radar's gone. It's a change of pace that's worrying him.
That's the problem when you're bowling to Sanju Samson. Anything outside off stump, he strikes at more than 200. So you're trying to get it into his body, and because of the angle lock he is creating, he goes so wide of the crease and trying to tuck him up, and that gets so hard. Now I think Mitchell Santner will go back to Matt Henry. He has no other option here. Look at how wide he is bowling, and he wants to Sanju.
It's a slow balls, Dooley, that are drifting away.
Yeah, when you try and release the line as you're releasing your on-pace deliveries, because of the way your fingers roll down the left-hand side of the ball from Lockie Ferguson's point, is they just further and further leg side. He's got to release that slow ball more like the last one, the previous delivery. Around about Tim Seifert's gloves.
Beats the fielder inside the circle, once again into the fans. Not the over New Zealand was looking for, as 50 comes up in just the 4th over. ढलान वाली जमीन है, बेचो से घर मजबूत ही बनेगा। तुमने सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक ही चुना, ऐसा क्यों? ताऊ जी, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है। मान गए बेटा। हर एक मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट में देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक.
A lot of risk involved.
Suddenly got to build a few more floors. 24 from Lucky Ferguson. You just wonder sometimes, Dooley, whether you can end up too much. So it's back to. I thought he had good rhythm going when he was bowling quick. The slower balls that were going away. Sometimes maybe you try too much. Here's Matt Henry again, bowled a good first over.
Again, two fielders out on the offside this time. Nobody on the leg side patrolling the boundary. He has to bowl to his field now. He has two fielders on the offside. He knows him and he has to get his line right here. This is New Zealand under immense pressure. Have a look at that first over, how Sanju goes deep in the ball coming out, and then soon after figuring out that okay, I need to go deeper, and that's what so hard about bowling to Sanju. And that was slightly short, not too bad, and he put it away.
Lots of changes in the field. There's already India. One more man at backward point. Now 4 inside the circle, 2 on the boundary. Just one of the fields almost dictating the line.
It is, but they know that Abhishek Sharma won't shy away from it. He'll still go for it. He is, and as DK's just mentioned though, they're under pressure. They're resorting to what you might look to do at the end of a game. Under enormous pressure. Pace off, wide of the stumps, 4 men inside the circle and 2 boundary riders. They know that if he gets the length right and the line probably a foot and a half outside off stump, Abhishek will still go for it.
They've been very defensive, Harsha. They should have probably thought of another over of off spin. Henry hits the seam nice, slower ones already.
There's a field, it's just a single. Just wonder already New Zealand are having to correct based on what India have done, rather than bowl to their strengths, which are fairly substantial.
The first 2 overs went for 12, Harsha, and you use the word circumspect. New Zealand they have actually come about so far. They're not bowling to their strengths, even to Sanju now. A lot of slow ones because there's a deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. They don't want to give anything on the offside, and I can tell you anything on the middle and off stump is going on the ground or over mid on. Another strength of Sanju's.
Backward point puts in a sprint to come inside the circle in time. Right down the leg side again. Look at the speeds for Matt Henry.
Plan so far has been bowl into Sanju, and for Abhishek Sharma, see what he does. But Sanju and Abhishek have been solid. 55, the partnership coming on the biggest night of their lives. Both these players part of the World Cup for the first time. Sanju, yes, has been part of the squad, but in the 11 this time, it makes such a huge difference. Sanju has gotten out a deep mid wicket to the same field, but what he's not doing is committing to that shot fully. He's just, which is good thinking. Indians have, I think, adapted. Abhishek Sharma, I can promise you, a month ago stepped out and looked to go downtown. Now he's just playing it cleverly. He's like, this time we're still 14 runs and over right now. What's the hurry?
Julia, they married themselves to the slower one. Look at the speeds in this over. The quickest is 124.
This is where, and I know I say it often, and sometimes a bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is where the boffins on the computers are running the game. And they've never, but the data tells us, oh, more wickets have been taken with slower balls on the surface. We've got to bowl slower balls. Absolute rubbish. We've just got to bowl your best deliveries. And I'll tell you what, Matt Henry has done very. Yeah, and DK mentioned it as well. He should have bowled the third over. And sometimes you can come into the game with all these plans, but you still have to read the situation of the game. One of Matt Henry's greatest attributes, 2 powerplay while the ball is relatively new.
It's too bad in the gap should come back for a second.
I said this at the start of the game, Harsha. Finals are funny things. Form goes out of the window. Courage comes in. New Zealand haven't shown courage so far.
Funny thing about 20 overs cricket though, that sometimes people think there's no time to come back. There's always more time than you think. New Zealand will have to correct course very, very quickly because India are going at 13 and a half an over. It's an over of power play to come. Straight up. I think he might have got enough on it. Yes, he has. Much more than enough. And India go past 70, 72 for no loss after 5. A dream start here in Ahmedabad.
Oh, that is another outstanding shot. Right in the center of the bat. That ball needed a passport. It was going a long way away. Sanju Samson is putting the smile on 110,000 watching in the ground. And many more watching on television here. Beautiful batting so far from the openers.
That's 60 runs coming in the last 3 overs, and India going along nicely. So 72 for no loss, India. They're off the blocks like a tracer bullet. For more. Lots of holes in this ground at the moment. And runs on. This is an explosive start. At this moment of time, no answers from New Zealand. Good evening, Danny Morrison, Ian Busher.
Yeah, hello, Ravi Shastri. Our colleagues have been spot on. Best mates may not to come to fruition because you've got to be able to adapt and think with feet. That's what T20 is about. It's such a great entertainment ground. Thrills and everything happening, it can happen so quickly. But you really have to adapt what's happening in front of you, given what's happening. I would have definitely had Henry for another couple. Man, he's such a good swinger and pace on. This is one of the paciest pitches going around in here. And given when I was out there with you, Rob, I just felt the pitch, it was still a bit cool to touch.
That's up in the air and will land in the crowd. And have a look at the supporters here in excess, close to 120,000. They've had plenty to cheer already.
Well, no pitch there. Just fat and clean. That is just such a good strike. Didn't overhit it, didn't lose shape. And this talking about confidence and courage. Man, there's plenty of that to the fore.
That's up in the air. It's gone a long, long way. Rolls over into the fence as well. And he's enjoying himself. He's not had the best of India doing well to retain him in the side. Give him the confidence. And he can't choose a bigger stage than this to do the job for India. So 45 now of just 60.
Right now he's striking Duffy against the field set. The two deep fielders are deep point extra cover.
And again, onside. Yes, Brooks there once pitching. Gets another couple of runs, but no answers whatsoever. This is terrific striking. 88 for no loss. Still 2 balls left in power play.
Yeah, it's clever. It really is because Duffy wants it to hit it to the two deep fielders on the offside. But each time Abhishek is either hit him down the ground or walked across and take the length to the leg side. Right of that graphic, deep extra cover and deep backward point. That's his protection, or it's supposed to be.
Again, he's just walking across the stumps.
brings up his half century. It's come off just 18 balls in a World Cup final. He's risen to the occasion. Look at the dugout. They'll all be pleased for him. Well, it's another one of those international diving codes. Abhishek. 4-6, 4-2-4. Don't leave a message. He hasn't got time. Sharp. Oh, yes. Please. In a finale. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there's pumping. He moved across, so no wide, but 20 of the over at the end of power play. It's New Zealand need a drink. Battle lines are drawn. Sarpanch Shreyas. This is great. Brilliant Shubman Gill. This broadcast on Geo Hotstar is co-presented by. Try the new AI mode in Google search. Co-powered by Birla Opus Paints in association with Mutual Funds, Sahi Hai, Vida, powered by Hero, and Vimal Ilaichi. New Zealand seems they've run out of ideas at the moment, so this break coming at the right time to regroup, regather their thoughts, get some further plans in place. Like you said, Danny, you've got to have a plan B and C in place. Well, you certainly do. And there's nowhere to hide in T20 cricket at all. Certainly not the pressures of a final to go with it. The dugout all just so pumped as well. There's a great vibe flowing through this blue dugout. Yeah, that's what it means. Abhishek has not been quite himself in this World Cup. My word, he's turning it on now. Fastest 50 in this year's World Cup. 18 balls for that last 50. Couldn't have chosen a bigger stage than this. And this is the highest score in power play in this year's World Cup. And of all World Cups, it's the joint highest score. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Also tells you that this is a very, very good pitch. Got to go back and trust their spinners now. Santner, the key. It'll be interesting to see how India plays Santner. They know if they can take him down, then it'll be real problems for New Zealand. So the skipper bringing himself on. Highest score in power play. Cup of all World Cups, joint. Fastest 50 for Abhishek. Massive moment in this finale. Can the skipper from New Zealand create something? I know that spinners have struggled at this venue, but certainly Santner is all about guile and flight. Can he control that? Can he pull out a bit of magic? Because he certainly needs to for New Zealand now. Beauty about Santner is his subtle variation. He does it so cleverly. He's a tall man, it's not easy. It demands a lot of practice and skill. Ball to hang at times in the air. Well, you're in the mid-80s, dear fellow. Oh, I remember it well. I've just seen a couple of little bits of video of you on YouTube. class. Iran. Oh, it's good to be here again.
Glorious shot. Picked up length. It's opening the face of the blade and getting tremendous power.
Just going to finish maybe just on the off stump, but with the pace on its Sanju to use that pace. He's done it well over the last 2 games. Got to be tighter in his line with his tricky variation.
What I like about Sanju in this innings, I don't know if Danny noticed the way he's used the crease. Earlier he used to be predictable, just go leg stump, right back. Today he's been outside the crease, he's moved across to middle stump, he's changed angles.
Yeah, and having watched him a lot with Rajasthan, I think about the surfaces here in India, couldn't he try and bully his way out of situations? But here, with his mindset and his game, and of course he's in form, he's commanding so much out of his game and himself.
It's 98 for those, so India going at 14s at the moment.
Yeah, it's a class act. Who'd have thought in those first 3 games didn't get a run. Now, well, what a difference a week makes. And the occasion. Fastest of the World Cup. What a cup it's been.
Doctor's choice, soybean oil. Doctor's choice, choice.
So 98 for no loss. Rachin Ravindra. He's got him. There's a sound there. The finger's gone up. He chased a wide one. And a good catch that. It was fuller in length.
Yeah, terrific innings coming to an end here. Thought about Santner. Did he create something? But no, it's Rachin Ravindra. Slower, loopy, teasing. It's done the trick. Not the greatest delivery going around, but he gave it a little bit of hang time. Oh, they don't care, those in black. It's come at a time when they're desperate. Just had the drinks break. So often the case in 2020 cricket. But what an innings to set things up for India. What a platform. Abhishek Sharma gone for 52. First one down at 98 here.
Rohan and I'm broke up.
New Zealand get a breakthrough, an opportunity. They had a chance to regroup during that drinks break. So if one left-hander goes, there's another left-hander who comes in, who's also in sparkling form, Kishan. He doesn't hang about too long, especially when there's a spin in operation. Starts off with a terrific shot, but good fielding keeps him down to 2. This 100 comes up, and it's come up in real good time.
Gee, where's the we calling in the highlights? It is absolutely humming here in the final. Go with these fast as ever 50s and 100s we've seen. What a great World Cup it certainly had here in 2026. Oh, entertainment to the fore.
It's driven square, and again good fielding. He's like a honey badger. And that ground, he's all over, fearless in the field.
Man, has that full floaty It's a funny old game, as it would have been a wide, as you said, Ralph. Certainly part of the ploy. Make them fetch, make them reach, make them drag the Indian, particularly two lefties. We've seen the end of Abhishek. Now we've got Kishan. Think about what Skipper's next. Sky, and then you've got Tilak Palmer, Hardik Pandya, Dubé, no slouch.
Well, that's a terrific shot of the back foot. This is a shot of a player in prime form. How good was that timing?
When you look at his shot, the difficulty was to keep an almost vertical bat in playing that through mid-wicket. Usually it's a horizontal bat you pull across the line of it. That is almost vertical and brilliant.
Oh, excellent. Some quality shots already from Kishan. Back-to-back boundaries. The scoreboard rattling along, 110 for 1.
It'll be fascinating to see how this game progresses. New Zealand won wickets. Let's go back to the semi-final and how good that Rankine pitch was. And so their delivery that you played, batting first to set a total, is like gold. It is an event in itself. You never know how much is enough.
So India going with no change, and rightly so. A lot of talk about Kuldeep or Rinku Singh coming in. Glad they've stuck with the same team. And you mentioned, Bish, you don't know how much is good enough. When I went there for the toss, I looked at the groundsman. He had the biggest smile on his face. So I said, why are you smiling? He said, this is a beauty. This track is a beauty. If you think Mumbai was a beauty in the 70s, this might be even better. Well, so far on evidence, it's there.
Just the amount of grass left on. That's the exciting thing. Think about the curators and the international guys that come around and look at surfaces.
Again, smashed on the back foot. Very quickly into his stride. He's got 13 off 6.
It's about that. And those that of us that have played a bit in the past, sure, also had a good look at surfaces in recent years, and particularly in this part of the world, for a certain big tournament it's about to kick off at the end of the month, grass left on adds pace, bounce, allows stroke makers to get full value, whether it's along the carpet going for 4 or actually just timing it exquisitely, and it just seems to sail into the crowd. Even at this venue, which is one of the biggest boundaries going around, the quality of the surfaces here have been outstanding. Well, I can afford to. At the moment, there's just singles happening because of this great graphic. It's simply superb as the skipper. There's guile and flight, so 4 singles. Been moosing everyone else at the other end. Happy to sit on Satna for this over.
I like the way Sanju Samson is applying himself. He knows the start is good. He doesn't have to do anything silly. He knows whom to target. He'll target the faster bowlers. It's quietly played away for a single. 6 off the over. It's 115 for 1.
लोग कहते हैं गैस्केट्स बाहर महंगे बिकते हैं, मैंने कभी एक्सपोर्ट नहीं किया। सबसे पहले TGFT पोर्टल से इम्पोर्टेड एक्सपोर्टेड कोड लीजिए। मैन्युफैक्चरर्स के बजाय मेंटेनेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स जैसे रिपीट बायर्स को टारगेट कीजिए। मैं एक फुल एक्सपोर्ट वर्कफ्लो बना दूं।
So 115 for one. 9 overs have been bowled. Jimmy Neesham into the attack now. Now this is where again Sanju Samson might want to put pressure on the bowler straight away. Yes, eyeing the field. Very much on middle and off stump, seeing the field set with his guard. Clears the infield, will land safely and get a couple of runs. This is where I think he will mature as a player. Just showing in this innings the way he's using the crease. He's got all the power, all the shots. By doing this, he doesn't allow the bowlers to target him in any sort of way. Makes them adapt and adjust to what he's doing. Oh, that's skill. That is high class for someone who can hit the ball with brute force. Now that's quality for you.
Well, Ian Bishop and I just rock back in our chairs here and go, well, where do you bowl? Not the worst, nearly a Yorker, nearly a good Yorker. Hello. Fetch this, fellas.
At the angle of the bat when it made contact with the ball. It's almost as if the edge is looking at the bowler.
I agree with that. If we see the boundary again, it's a deliberate opening of the face, obviously. How fine he expected to get it is something to behold. He knows there's someone at short third. Have a look. The face of the bat is actually facing point. You can see it there. Even more acute. That is great skill. That's a shot of a man in form. So one thing I would say about New Zealand's bowling, and there's still time to pull it back. But I go back to the early parts. Very few length balls in the early going.
Oh, that smashed off the back foot. A rare misfield from New Zealand. Keep coming here.
Yeah, just a further this, you're right. I think when you saw the shape of just a little, just enough, where Henry was, and then we're all scratching our heads, perhaps why didn't he have another go? Well, the first was third, he should have, because he does bowl that lovely test match length, that 6 metre length, and it's searching and just coming and nibbling, particularly inside those first 4 or 5 overs.
Yeah, India won 2 T20 World Cups, 2007, 2024, both batting first. Always a better side when they've got runs on the board. Because what happens then you get the crowd behind you. Having said that, this wicket will play good. So in the last game, 252 was almost not enough. Because England were in it for long periods of time. They got the Home Minister, Amit Shah there. 12 of the over, 127 for 1.
Yeah, you're talking about setting the tone, and I understand New Zealand were trying to stay ahead of the game at a flat surface, but I thought within the power play, the seamers were either side of that good length very often, and those blue ones are boundaries. How many of those boundaries came just in that good length? In fact, they're Abhishek and Samson, different colors. So that good length on the stumps is something I thought they didn't do often enough in that power play.
Well, India are laying down the gauntlet at the moment, and it is a challenge that New Zealand are struggling to keep up with. They've tried a few different combinations. Just 1 wicket so far. Through the tournament, spinners have struggled at this ground. in terms of going for runs and picking up wickets. But tonight the spinners probably been more economical. This bowling lineup. Mitch Satner himself is in his third over and he's just gone for 12. When he bowled against South Africa though, his 4 overs went for 33 at this ground. And a little misfield. Ravindra again.
Oh, this is a rollicking start by the Indians. Brilliant. Absolutely terrific. The think tank showing faith in Abhishek Sharma, and like Samson responded in the earlier matches, Sharma responded with a brilliant half century.
The crowd are loving the power from these Indian batters. It is pinging off their bats.
He's been playing the shot throughout this tournament and hitting it deep into the crowd. He's a pocket rocket. When you look at him, you don't think he would have that much of power, but look how far the ball has gone. In the slot, gone.
He's been impressive yet again. Azish and Kishan. They've been trying to keep it out of his hitting arc. This, however, dead straight, right in the slot. No hesitation, full swing of the bat. Santner knows. Gotta try and stay out of that hitting arc. His line wide. They can try and hit through the offside.
This time around he cuts it off. Pressure that the Indian batters are creating on New Zealand, are bringing those errors at times. New Zealand got to find a way to put pressure back on India. He becomes the third player to score a half century in a semi-final and a final of a T20 World Cup. And he's done it at home. 37 for 1.
Oh, another magnificent.
कुछ चीजें ना खेल खेल में सीखो। कंटेंट बनाना हो, डेटा समझना या फिर काम ऑटोमेट करना, सब कुछ सीखो outskill.com पर। 25 प्लस AI टूल्स के साथ बिना कोडिंग के और वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। तो जीरो डालने के लो और जीरो ये सारे नाम। outskill.com पर सीखो AI, करियर में बनाओ अपना नाम। outskill.com presents जीतो नंदनादन।
2009, Shahid Afridi scored a half century in the semi-final and a final. Virat Kohli did it in 2014. Sanjay Samson has now got himself 3 half centuries in a row at this T20 World Cup. And he's going to keep going. Swing of the bat, a man in full.
Yes, we've been seeing one magnificent shot after the other from the Indians. We've seen from Sanju Samson over the past couple of games. But there is no Indian who's had enough of it. They want more. They want more. Once again, that back movement, not back and across. We're giving him that little bit extra time to be able to get to the ball and bang it away.
Now he goes straight. 2 sixes. Brings up the 50 partnership between these two in 25 deliveries.
This is such a calculated shot because the mid-off is in the 30-meter circle. And so he's not looked to go towards the long on side because there's a fielder in long on. He knew that he probably wouldn't be able to get too much power into it, but the timing, it's the timing that has taken it over the ropes. Back-to-back sixes pressure now on the bowler.
Little change of angle. Ferguson as he comes around. Gets in the block hole. It's probably a good place to be at this stage.
Yeah, it is because it's accurate. It's New Zealand's Achilles heels today, and it has allowed Sanju Samson to get into his work quite nicely. Hit down the ground to starboard, had a little bit of luck, but the form and the touch continues. That is meat and drink. He has fed off that a lot. Brilliance on the biggest stage of them all.
Runs are flowing from both ends at the moment. New Zealand have got to find a way to create pressure. But right now, with runs flowing from both ends, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, when you look at the pace at which he's bowling at just the right pace. If you keep on bowling in the slot against batters who are in good form, good touch, you're going to go for maximum. It's the third maximum out of 4 delivery that he's bowled. 19 runs already.
Kishan started so brilliantly in the tournament. Although they struggled a little bit with the opening partnership, India, and in fact coming into this tournament they were averaging just over 16 with the opening partnership coming into this game. So they're making 98. Kishan also moving down the order. He's kept continuing making runs. Now second on the list. To the surface he goes, but Satna is in the inner ring, and it easily clears his head. 161 now on the board.
Well, another classy shot. Very difficult to play this. Sits back as ever in the crease. It's the length that allows him just to go up and over mid-off. Who is in the ring. Clears him quite easily. Good manipulation, but also indication how good this surface is here at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Questions for the New Zealand captain.
Not sure which plan number they've gone to by now in New Zealand, but I reckon they've run through a few of them. They're plan Q by now. 8 overs to go. Trying to keep it out of the hitting mark as much as possible. They tried that early as well in the power play, but it didn't really work. Question is going to be who gets their hands on this trophy. Well, a legend had his hands on the trophy but early on. Evan Stoney walked the trophy out with Rohit Sharma. Jay Shah as well, alongside Davis, the vice chairman of Geostar, out there in the middle. Lovely moment for everyone involved. That has gone way back so easily as he dispatched that into the crowd.
My God, what a shot. That is, I mean, the previous over we saw that shot from Sanju Samson of the last ball. Have a look at this one as well. Oh, this is some batting, some hitting. This is some massacre.
Kenapa? Lepaskan kenapa kau benci sama dia?
Arah nunggu ya. Amiran penuh.
Changes now with Samson on strike. Fine leg is up, third is up, and on long off back. As amazing to think from New Zealand's point of view, coming into this game, they only had 4 overs go over 20. Already had 4 of those tonight. Been absolute onslaught by India and their batters.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons behind that has been alluded tonight already. Gone to plan B, C and D before actually giving A good strong chance to work. Talked about tactically using their strengths against India's strengths. Matt Henry is one of those. Good seam and swing bowler. Only bowled 1 in those first 3 overs. When they look back at this this is what happens when you make tactical mistakes against really good sides. They punish you. Informed batters come out. Almost Sanju Samson, who was the informed batter coming into this game, took a back seat for the power play. Abhishek Sharma took full control. Glenn Phillips only bowling 1 over to Abhishek Sharma as well. Probably the second of the tactical mistakes. India now firmly in control.
As a South African, I would say, where were the tactical mistakes the other night in the semi-final? They made none. One-handed, straight it goes, doesn't really time it. We haven't said that too many times tonight. It's 171 for 1.
Well, the only wicket to fall this evening after Ravindra wide, edged through the Tim Seifert, brilliant hands. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball this evening. Nice soft hands. He will have a part to play if New Zealand are to get anywhere near the total of that India set. You have to believe that they're not out of this game yet.
Pitching efficiency for New Zealand has been pretty good through the tournament. Lengthy discussion between bowler and captain. Just 1 over, went for 12, but he did pick up a solitary wicket to fall. Santner's just had a long conversation with Ravindra, who has been so good for New Zealand with the ball in the tournament. He's been influential with the ball. Now the question is, what can he do here? Just feel that from here on in, it is just about damage control. So hard for New Zealand really to pull back complete control of this game.
The skipper has to believe that they're not out of the game yet. Previous semi-final India played, scoring over 250, but only won by 7 runs. Have to find a way to stay in this game. Batting surface is good. Got to find a way out of this situation.
Sonny, Owen and I have both done pretty well. We've both brought up our semi-finals at the same time. I had South Africa and then he's brought up the England semi-final as well.
Yes. One thing you've got to say about Rachin Ravindra's bowling is that he might have given 12 runs, but he seems to have a knack of taking wickets because he's got, 12 wickets so far in this tournament. So he's coming pretty handy.
Yeah, clever bowling. That's the reason I think he is so effective, Sonny. Just reads the game nicely. You can clearly tell India, both batters, handbrake down, looking to push the pedal here for the final stages of the game. You've got to be clever. You've got to try and read what they're trying to do. Get them off strike, try and break rhythm in the over. If you can get in and out of an over less than double figures, that is a win at this stage.
Just went quiet for a little moment, just a few deliveries, but Sanju Samson makes sure that quietness doesn't last long.
This is the 106 by India in this World Cup. And look at this. This is more of a bottom hand shot. But still enough power, enough timing. He's gone miles.
Continue to flow so easily. Samson showing his strength in Ahmedabad.
Well, how crisp is the footwork here from Sanju Samson?
just making batting look very easy at the moment. Picks the length, bounces back onto that favoured back foot and knows immediately. Just puts a good swing on it. That is a big, big six.
Yes, twinkling footwork. The way he went onto the back foot, used the depth of the crease, opened the front foot so that he could hit it over mid-wicket. It is classy batting.
Yeah, and you've got to imagine, where's Ravindra go here? Is it going to be quicker? Is it going to be slower and wider? Imagine he will try and stay wide.
The shots are something that you have to just admire. This is sensational. 191 for one it is. And New Zealand will appreciate this drinks break.
कुछ चीजें ना खेल खेल में सीखो। कंटेंट बनाना हो, डेटा समझना या फिर काम ऑटोमेट करना, सब कुछ सीखो outskill.com पर। 25 प्लस AI टूल्स के साथ बिना कोडिंग के, और वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। तो जीतो टैब पे खेलो और जीतो ये सारे इनाम। outskill.com पर सीखो AI, करियर में बनाओ अपना नाम। outskill.com presents जीतो
Garnier with sweat, oil, sensitive skin, pimples can be tough to fight. New Garnier Men Acno Fight Gentle Cleanser. ये फाइट करे 99% पिंपल कॉजिंग जर्म्स, सेंसिटिव स्किन पे भी। ये है gentle on skin, tough on pimples. Try now at Rupees 105 only.
Well, the partnership so far, there have been some absolutely outstanding shots that capitalised on tactical mistakes that New Zealand have made, but ultimately, once they got themselves in, got the pace and bounce of the surface, played some free-flowing shots, capitalised on a really good surface here. Well, plenty of spikes. The over. The overs conceding well above 18. 8 extras. All of those were in the power play.
Yes, lots of Ravi Shastris there. Maybe the odd Sunil Gavaskar in that, and maybe the odd Owen Morgan. But look at that. Anywhere around 24, that is Ravi Shastri for you. And I think anywhere where it's just 3 runs and over, that's Sunil Gavaskar for you.
I'll tell you what, before you two sat down in these chairs, we had 2 bowlers there, Ian Bishop and Danny Morrison. I reckon right now, you two are the happier because the batters have had a field day today. It's been so tough for the bowlers. Can they find a way to pull it back, New Zealand? New Zealand look shell-shocked at the moment. They've got 6 overs to somehow pull this back. Already, India have the highest team score in a T20 World Cup final. Samson has the highest individual score in a T20 World Cup final. Records being broken. We're just 14 overs in. A rare dot ball.
Yeah, word from Mitchell Santner as well. None for 21 in his 3.1 overs. Begs to think why he didn't continue to bowl out. He didn't need wickets, and they need wickets now. You really get the feeling as if something's going to happen in this over. Experience and accuracy of the New Zealand captain against 2 in batters.
Also the drinks break, always a bit of a...
Easily gets into position. So quickly he moves his feet, gets himself into position to allow him to free the arms.
Yes, I was just going to say, drinks break can be a bit of a concentration breaker, but these guys are in such tremendous rhythm. Anything in the arc, it is going to go down there. He's such a good player of that particular shot. He's got the power, he's got the timing. Looking to change the angle, coming over the wicket, the New Zealand skipper.
Ishan Kishan just pleading for the wide, but I think it's a good decision from umpire Illingworth. That is the most effective line to Ishan Kishan. Wide and then vary your pace. Yeah, look where that back foot is. That therefore moves the guideline for the umpire. Good decision.
Ishan Kishan had to change roles slightly through the World Cup, but Yari is still performing in the final with a half century and also brings up the 100 partnership of 45 deliveries.
He really is a joy to watch. Has been in full flow throughout this tournament, but when it matters, has stood up. Just 23 deliveries to take him to a half century. Partnership now 100 from 45.
Centuries for the top three batters. Ask for much more from your batting lineup.
Well, what a comeback to the Indian cricket team this man has made. He's had a very good season. Now he's having a very good final as well.
Straight he goes. These two are playing so beautifully together. Already the 200 is up. It's 203 for one.
Rohan and I broke up. Rohan, you broke up?
Room to hit the six, but not enough to stop him from hitting a boundary.